What is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Lungile. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing my lessons from running a production company for the last 2 years. Okay, so I've been running a production company for 2 years, and I'm going to be dropping gems and things that you need to do and things that I've learned that you can do for your production company. Okay, the first thing you need to do is you need to register your company. It costs 175 Rand through the CIPC. You can do it with in 3 hours. It's very easy. You can follow the steps on their website. I'll probably try and make a video about it to showcase how you register a production company. But it's very simple, guys. Let me know if you want me to do a step-by-step video. Okay, the next thing you need to do, you need to buy a domain. A domain is a web address on the internet. This will be your web address for your website. You can use any hosting company to buy a domain. So let's say if your company is called Black Magic, you can buy the word Black Magic, and then you have it, and then now you can start building a website on that address. And then also you can have a professional email address where it will be lungile@blackmagic.coza, so that you can look professional when you're dealing with clients and suppliers. And let me tell you, having a professional email address goes a long way. People take you more seriously, people respect you, and they don't look down on you versus when you're using a Gmail account or a Yahoo email account, okay? The next thing you need to do that I've learned when you're running a production company, you need to have a accounting software. I use QuickBooks to record all the transactions that go off my account. I actually have a business bank account and I have a personal account, and I've linked my business bank account to QuickBooks so that I can track all my income and expenses for my company. And this helps me in terms of when it comes tax time, I can generate a financial statement from QuickBooks. It does it automatically. And you can also look in terms of which months are your busiest months in the year, which ones are the most quiet ones. So it's a really great tool for your business, and also helps you keep track of all your transactions. It's your DIY bookkeeping, if I can put it that way. As you know, when you're starting, you can't afford to pay a bookkeeper or a tax person or an accountant, but QuickBooks can really set you up. I use it. I think it's great. It's not free. It's around 250 Rand a month. I'm sure there are cheaper options, but it just helps you keep track of all the expenses that go through your company, because you're going to need to know what those are for your business and when it comes to tax time. For instance, I've been using it for over 2 years now, and I can go back and look at which month is my busiest one, which month has been my not busy month, where the month there's no clients or there's no work. Okay, another thing that you need to learn when you're running a company is you're going to need to dedicate 20 hours a week to marketing. Yes, you're going to have work to do, but you need to be marketing like crazy. I don't know which way you want to market your business, but it's very important. Whether you write blogs or you do a podcast or you do YouTube videos, it's very important, because when those times are quiet, you're going to wish you were marketing. I know you can market to people that you know by word of mouth, but you want people that don't know you to know you and use your services. If you look at the biggest brands in the world, they market all the time. Even though they make so much money, they're always marketing. And that's one thing that is very important to business. That's one thing I've learned, is I have to be marketing all the time. So obviously you need to find whatever works for you, whatever that is. Whether you're marketing on YouTube, podcast, or you're writing blogs, whatever works for you. Instagram, LinkedIn, you just have to market your business all the time. Even if you just schedule an hour a day, you have to do marketing. Okay, another thing that I want to talk about, guys, is money. When you're working for yourself, you're going to need to be able to track how much money you make and how much money people owe you. One thing that I'm going to say is the biggest lesson is that when it comes to money and client, it's very important to be on your game. You really have to be on your game. A lot of clients will claim to pay you, and then you'll end up chasing them, and you'll just have a headache chasing people for money. So one thing you have to do is have a concrete system in terms of, before you do work for someone else, you really need to ask for 50% deposit or even 100%, because you don't want to be chasing them for money. Another thing you can do is you can ask them to pay in increments of 25% throughout as you're doing the project. So by the time you deliver the project, you're all paid up. And asking for a deposit before you start for work helps you a lot in terms of like chasing away people that are going to waste your time, and also shows you who is serious, who really wants to work with you. I don't care if it's a big company, if it's a small company, you have to have a system that protects you so that you don't end up wasting your time chasing people for money versus, not working, or marketing or working on your business. So you need to put up these systems in order for you to run your business professionally and cohesively. So it's very important. Another thing that I've learned from running a business for the last 2 years is that you always have to be upgrading your skills. Whether you join a website like Skillshare so you can learn new things, you always have to be upgrading yourself. You always need to be learning, you need to be reading, listening to podcasts, video podcasts, even books, business books to expand your business mind. It's something that is really, really important. But yeah, one thing that I will say though is that you also really need to have processes for everything that you do in your business. You need to have a process for sales and marketing. You need to have a process for doing the work. You need to have a process for accounting and admin. You do these things so that it's easier for when it's time for you to delegate and hire someone else. When your business is hectic, you can just give them the document and they can follow it. And everything that you do will have that quality. If you look at McDonald's, I mean, they have the perfect system. Anyone can buy the franchise and then get the books in terms of how to run a McDonald's, and look, business runs by itself because there are all these processes. So every business has to have a process for all these different things. Even though you're working for yourself, you really need to have a process, because this is going to help you know what you can improve on, what you can measure, and also know how long things take, And also, if you do get help, as I said, you can delegate easy because you already have a document with a process. And another thing that, I guess the last thing I'm going to be talking about is that when you're running a business, you're going to have mentally fit, because it's really, really tough. You need a supportive family, supportive friends. Sometimes you don't have the opportunity to have that, but what you need to do is read a lot of motivational books so you can be mentally tough when things get hard. You can be positive, confident, outspoken. You don't need to be outspoken all the time, but I mean, for you to be mentally tough, because there's a lot of ups and downs. I cannot tell you guys. It gets hectic. But it's also freeing, because you have a lot of time to work on things that you need to work on, and no one is telling you what to do, which is great. But it's also a problem, because now every time you're not doing something, you start feeling guilty. So those are the things you need to think about. And those are the lessons that I've learned from running a production company for the last 2 years. So if I can say that again, you need to register a company, get a domain, get a website, get a business account, have a bookkeeping software like QuickBooks, ask for 50% deposit when you're working with clients, always be upgrading your skills, always be reading, always be learning more about business, and have processes for different systems in your business. Because the most important 3 things that you need to be doing in your business is making something, selling something, and raising awareness. So you need to have systems for those 3 things. Making, whatever you make, whatever you do, you need to have a system for that. Selling, and raising awareness. So you need to be marketing a lot, guys. Like I said, 20 hours a week, that's how much you need to be marketing if you really want to have a successful business, because big businesses market also. If you like this video, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit that bell button so you can be notified every time I drop a new video. I hope you guys like this video. If you have questions, hit me up below. Let me know what else you'd like me to talk about, and I will definitely try to do that.